unbelievable to think of this, but yes, it's Quiz Showdown. Quiz 5. Quiz Showdown in the Order of the Phoenix. The Quiz Power strikes back. It's the Quiz Powers explode! And we are here for this very interesting episode. We have here a very interesting bunch of guys. Well, that's a debated term. I mean, look at these guys. So, just for the quick usuals, you may find us Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For God's sake. Just Happy Jolly Jack. Hi.
What a gimp.
I love how you panned the cameras on us just as I was taking a bite out of a microwavable burger.
That's the risk you get with coming on here for eating, okay? So, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, you find us at Suplex Retweet. Go over to Spotify, Anchor, iTunes, all podcasting sites at Eat, Sleep, Suplex Retweet. That is where you will find all of our content, including features on Tuesdays and Central on Thursdays. Do feel free to check out the YouTube channel while you are here. Book it. The first match has gone up last week. Very interesting thing. You're going to have to just watch to find out what happened, because I'm not going to spoil it for you. I produced it, but I'm not spoiling it for you. Anyway, introducing our panel today. Well, I need to consult my lovely notes that I prepared for you all, because this will be an interesting one. Okay. Now, this first person, he has been about the Scottish wrestling scene quite a bit. He enjoys attending shows, and people do notice him. For stars, he looks like a kid's first attempt at drawing Alexander Darwin McAllen. It's Grant McRobbie.
That's a fucking belter, that, and I like it because I'm a big fan of him, so that's magic.
I had to work it in somehow. He's like he's fantastic. You can't fault him.
That's it, unlike the rest of these people that I'm up against tonight.
Pretty much, aye. But yeah, Grant, this is your first time on Quiz Showdown. How are you feeling?
I'm not going to lie, I'm 4 beers in, so this is going to be interesting.
Well, beer has maybe foiled things for a goat previously on Quiz Showdown. We'll need to see how it fares for you. On to our next person. Now, he is hoping that he will come away with a victory here, and that is kind of, I'm going to be honest, that is unbelievable. The only thing more unbelievable than him doing that is the idea of Jinder Mahal being WWE champion. And then again, the only thing more unbelievable of that is him having any luck on Tinder. It's Jack.
Very good, very good. I thought you were going to Dave there.
Yeah, I thought
you're right. Dave has bugger all luck on Tinder. You're right, but a wee bam. Thanks, Daniel.
No problem, Jack. That's just how you like it. So, it's all your first time here on Quiz Showdown, Jack. What are you thinking coming into this one?
Not much, to be honest. I don't know if I'll win. I'm just here for a good time, you know, as I always do here in Eat, Sleep, Suplex. We have fun, you know. I've been asked since the first one. I've been 6 gone out of quizzes, but I feel that like lockdowns went on for long enough, and I can finally make an appearance, especially when our champion's this prick that I think anyone would just love to take the belt off of. So don't kiss me again like that, you freak.
Yeah, he always enjoys fun. In fact, you'll find him behind the bins at Morrison's. Not for a shag, just he's a pile of garbage. But anyway, moving on. So, 2 burns in 1. I'm doing good tonight. Hang on a second, guys. Holy shit, Joey Abs is here. No, wait, hang on. That's just David Haughney.
How you doing, Daniel?
Doing not too bad. It's our next episode of Quiz Showdown, and your return since hosting Quiz Showdown 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I figured I'd put myself back in the competitor's chair this time around, and hopefully I can win my first Quiz Showdown champion and continue to make history on this podcast.
Yep, you've had brilliant moments. Your quiz for Quiz Showdown 3 was pretty good. You had a very good run on Quiz Showdowns 1 and 2. Not to mention, there was also, one of your highlight moments on Quiz Showdown 1 being dating profiles.
Oh, yeah, don't remind me of that. It's one of those moments, you know, where you feel like your mind just spouts words out in the hope that something will come out. That's kind of what happened.
Nah, that's why I enjoyed giving you guys like dating profiles, because it's a good fun improv round. It gets you thinking on the spot.
I kind of wish I missed out on when you think you have the answer. I changed the question. Like that was, I think I have to give you props for that. I'm ashamed that I didn't get a chance to do that.
Stop living in the past, Dave. It's Quiz Showdown 5. Come on, we're here to win. Don't reminisce on your failures.
Very, very strong words coming from the little boy from Beer. So that's very interesting. Now, we're going to move on to our final panelist here. He is returning here as Quiz Showdown champion. He took a little break so that, two guys could settle their score on Quiz Showdown Goes Hollywood. And he had me read out a very interesting statement on that, which I don't know if they took it quite as serious as he hoped, but he is actually here to show everyone what he is meaning. Ladies and gentlemen, The Rock calls himself the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, and we call this guy a fart. Your reigning, defending Quiz Showdown champion, Ross McLeod.
Yes, from Joey Abs to Joey Flabs, and that is the most electrifying FUD in Scottish podcasting entertainment, I'll have you know. It's delightful to be here after I was completely Mike Mazaned by the Cock and John Cena Enough when they did the Quiz Showdown Hollywood pitch. But, thankfully, a champion has been restored, and as you've probably seen, I was eating a burger beforehand. I also have a lovely cornflake cake here. I will be eating throughout this because I'm the champion and I'll do what I fucking want.
Cornflake cake!
I'm sorry, is cornflake cake posh? I bought it from the convenience store, $1.49 for a pack of 4. I don't know what...
Check.
Oh, you get ripped off.
Wow.
You get ripped off. You should have get 4 for 50 pence.
All right, moving on swiftly there, Dave.
Well, like we had David Haughney do on Quiz Showdown 3, I'm not actually in the host chair for this one. I'm here to facilitate the changeover to the person who will be hosting our quiz. Now, this man, he very brilliantly did a fantastic performance on Quiz Showdown 4, even though he came short. He gave David Campbell the challenge of a lifetime. Let's not forget, he is a former Quiz Showdown champion. He is a former 365 champion. He is a former Eat, Sleep, Suplex, Retweet champion. He is your host for today, and I think he is going to shock you with the quiz he's going to give you. I give you the Quizmaster!
No, the thing is, he's still the better looking of the two brothers there.
Oh my god.
Is that my old Halloween costume?
It is, yes.
You move out and the things you forget get claimed for other purposes.
Sorry, I tried to find the screen and I fell flat on my fucking ass. Yes, I am here. When I first came on Quiz Showdown, I was but a smart arse, but now I am the Quizmaster.
I mean,
we put you all to 5 varying rounds, all varying in difficulty, to see who truly deserves to be the Quiz Showdown champion. And we put a quiz out. We put a wee tweet out to our listeners to see who they thought will be Quiz Showdown champion at the end of all this. And surprisingly, the results are in here. With 9% suddenly becoming the underdog of this is David Haughney. Like,
honestly, polls can get to buggery as far as I'm concerned. Like, they predicted Hillary Clinton would win 2016, and look what happened.
I know, no need to get political. Ross and Grant are both tied for second with 26% of the vote, respectively.
I love coming on a podcast with Dave. It's a real laugh.
Which means with 39% of the vote, the heavy favourite, according to our listeners going into this, Jack Graham. Jack, is this restoring your confidence?
Of course. I mean, I said before this that I didn't think I was going to win at all, but I'm kind of one of those folk that I will talk shite to the day I die, and I cannot let down the people because the people can never be wrong. So I will take that in my stride, and I will make sure I win this for them. As I am the people's champion at the very heart of this podcast, aren't I? Aren't I, everyone? Aren't I? Come on.
I'm sorry. Did Jack say something? I was texting Haley what I wanted for the pizza place.
Jack clearly put that in his Tinder profile to get those sort of results.
Well, those interesting exchanges.
I'm 100% right 36% of the time according to that poll. So
Okay then.
Oh,
Well,
lads.
with that interesting exchange that we have there, I'm going to leave you guys in Scott's capable hands. Scott McLeod, the floor is all yours. Take it away.
Well, lads, it's time to go into our first round. And we'll try to ease you in to the first round. As the first round is, like ring general knowledge.
What's that Dominic Mysterio picture?
I was going to say, is that you, Scott, in like 10 years?
How dare you?
You'd regret that if he comes up to you and smacks you when he gets that size. You will die, Haughney.
In fairness, on Saturday Draft Live, a match between Walter and Baron Corbin would something I would absolutely watch. With Phil Foden there as the special guest referee.
fuck off.
Lads, pens and paper at the ready. Okay, I'll give you the question. You just keep as long. Take write something down. Don't take the piss. Don't take too long. Got plenty to get through. We'll move on and we'll come back at the end of the round to mark out the scores. Each question is worth 1 point unless I specify otherwise. Your first question in the general knowledge round. I want you to name me the first pay-per-view under the WWE banner in 2002. After they, quote, got the F out, as the campaign slogan was saying.
Got the F out.
It's either one or the other.
After watch Takeover at his house.
Aye.
Get out, I've got a cold.
Nowadays, that would make you panic.
In fairness, a sneezing we all would have left.
Everybody got something down?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Aye.
On to question 2. What is the first WrestleMania to have more than one women's match on the card?
Oh, you bastard.
I don't need you to tell me what the matches were. I just need you to tell me which the Mania and then the number.
Does it count if a woman fought a man? Because that's technically half a women's match. That's more than one. That's 1.5.
No.
Well, excuse me, Mr. Maths is not your strong suit.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
See, it worries me sometimes.
What WrestleMania number are we on?
This is
tell him.
Currently,
36.
Tell him.
Stop trying to throw me off.
69.
I love when you guys focus, but like when it's just you guys, just faces just like focus for a second. I'm wondering, has anyone's screen frozen just then? They panicked for a second.
Stab in the dark, who cares?
Alright, if everyone's happy to move on, we'll go to question 3. Now, in 2011, WWE had the bigger is better motion, so who entered number 40 in the 2011 Royal Rumble? One of only 2 people to ever enter number 40 in a Royal Rumble, but who was it in 2011?
Can't I believe it was Hulk Hogan? Oh, sorry guys if I gave away the answer. Sorry, sorry guys.
Fuck Viscera.
This is like a great pay-per-view, especially for what could have been, but alas.
I'm sure David would be with you. Right. We're going to move on to question 4. This was originally a 1-point question, but after some discussion with Daniel, I've made it a 2-point question. I'm looking for a pay-per-view, and you get 1 point if you give me that pay-per-view, and I'll give you an extra point if you can give me the year it took place. What pay-per-view, as of time recording, saw the last Buried Alive match in WWE?
Easy.
You're saying that now. This is why this is general knowledge. This is about as simple as it gets.
Oh, aye, all the WWE shit that I didn't watch.
Well, I'm not sure what you're expecting, Grant.
Is it just the pay-per-view in the year? Sorry.
Yes, if you want the full 2 points. Yes, if you only want 1 point.
So
then
I don't
you
need to put who was in the match. No, that's
No,
fine.
you don't need
Nah,
to
just
put them in.
the pay-per-view in the year, yeah.
I think the stipulation kind of narrows down who might have been in the match, but
Don't fucking help them.
Aye, come on, no clues.
I'm
Somebody
sorry,
got buried alive in
we
it.
all know John Cena's. We all know John Cena's the master of the buried a fucking live match. Jesus Christ! I will not have this insolence on my quiz.
I'm ready.
Right, moving on to another 2-point question. Can you name me both teams that took place in the Tag Team Championship unification match at WrestleMania 25? I say at WrestleMania 25. I mean the pre-show that nobody was able to watch.
That's a shame as well. Like a tag team title unification match, and it was put on the pre-show. Like, what a waste.
See, this is why when people complain about the pre-show now, I don't see the problem. It's still part of the pay-per-view, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to come out of it to go back in to watch the pay-per-view. You know what I mean? Like, you just put your network on at 11 o'clock and it goes right through.
See if you just get one team down. Is that just 1 point?
That's 1 point if you can get one team.
Right, that's fine. So
If
can
you
I
get both
get
on, that's both points.
Oh, sorry. I nearly wrote the wrong team there, actually.
I'm pretty sure you wrote the right team, Ross. I'm pretty sure you wrote the right team.
You definitely wrote the right one.
Feck off.
The final question in the general knowledge round is worth 5 points.
Oh.
As you've seen in the past with the Attitude Era quiz and with Dave's Ruthless Aggression quiz, we have to take like moments and basically rank them from earliest. You arrange them from earliest to latest. I'm not going to do it with moments. I'm going to name you 5 matches. These are all stipulation matches that have only ever happened in WWE once. And I want you to basically arrange them from the earliest to the most recent. And I'm reading them out in like 1, 2, 3. So if you think like the third one I read out is the first, you put number 3. I think 5 came after that, and so on and so forth. So the 5 matches I'm going to read are as follows. It is first a barbed wire steel cage match. I'll give you a chance to write them out and then you can arrange them in your order. First one, a barbed wire steel cage match. Second is a dungeon match.
Grant McRobbie's speciality.
It's not a description
That's
of
what your
Grant
mum says.
Friday night. 3 is a sledgehammer ladder match. Sledgehammer. Number 4 is a Till Death Do Us Part match.
Oh.
And number 5, a handicap table dumpster match.
What the fuck?
So, for the people at the back, number 1 is a barbed wire steel cage match. Number 2 is a dungeon match. Number 3 is a sledgehammer ladder match. Number 4, Till Death Do Us Part. And the 5th one is a handicap table dumpster match. You need to basically arrange them from what number you think is the earliest and to the most recent. You need to put the numbers, and we'll go from there.
Right. I've got 3 of
If you put 2 in the wrong order, you can still get like 3 points there. So
Yeah.
a point for each one you get in the right order.
Right. I've got 3 of them right, but I'm not sure about 2.
Well, I'll have you read out the order in which you put them in, and then that will determine, you can mark them once I tell you what the right order is. So we'll go back to the very start of the quiz. The first question I asked you was, what was the first pay-per-view under the WWE banner? We'll go around everyone, starting with the current champ. Ross, what did you put?
Sorry, just took a bite of my cake there. I put King of the Ring 2002.
Jack Graham.
I also had King of the Ring.
David Haughney.
I said Vengeance 2002.
And Grant McRobbie.
I had Vengeance 2002 as well.
You're all close, but not right.
Oh.
It's Judgment Day 2000.
Ah. I thought that was the last WWF one.
No, Backlash and Insurrection were the last couple of their pay-per-views.
Ah.
Meaning when Hulk Hogan lost to Undertaker, Undertaker is technically the first WWE champion, and Hulk Hogan is technically the last ever WWF champion.
Right, got ya.
I expect at least one person to get that first one. Let's see how you get with this. We'll go in the opposite order from before. When I asked you what was the first WrestleMania to have more than one women's match on the card, Grant McRobbie, what did you say?
I said Mania 18.
David Haughney?
I said Mania 20.
Jack Graham?
I said Mania 21.
And Ross McLeod, if you're finished eating?
I will never be finished eating. I'm fat, and it was WrestleMania 20, 2004.
Yes.
It is WrestleMania 20. It's a point for Ross. Dave, mark that up.
Jurassic Park.
It's quite sad that this was the first one, because one of those matches, a great match between Molly Holly and Victoria, which had a hair stipulation. The second one was a tag team Playboy evening gown match where they took their evening gowns off at the start of the match, making the stipulation pointless.
And I, quite frankly, enjoyed every moment of it.
It's an awakening for a young McLeod.
David Haughney, I'll go to you first with this one.
Yep.
Who entered number 40 in the 2011 Royal Rumble?
Kane!
Thank you, all there. Jack Graham.
Aye, Kane. Fucking Jesus Christ, Holly.
And Ross, did you have Kane as well?
No, I had Del Rio.
I put Kane number 40. I remember
Everybody gets a point, except for Grant McRobbie.
I remember just the pure lack of pop he got, because like everyone knew it was going to be Kane at number 40.
And so the 2-point question I asked you next: which pay-per-view saw the last ever buried alive match? Ross, I'll start with you this time.
I put Bragging Rights 2010.
David Haughney, you see you're nodding. Did you put the same thing?
Yes, I did. Bragging Rights 2010.
Jack?
Yeah, Bragging Rights 2010.
Grant?
Hell in a Cell 2012.
Everybody gets 2 points except for Grant McRobbie. You know what? Grant, Stacey and Kwaku aren't here. Somebody needs to take last place, you know? So it's a righteous position. Not condescending there at all. Which two teams took part in the unification match for WrestleMania 25? Grant, let's see if you had better luck with this one.
No fucking idea. That's what I put in. No, didn't put in. That's what I told you. I didn't watch WWE.
We all remember the fun tag team title reign of no fucking idea. Great, a fun Wrestling tag team. Jack Graham.
I'm 100% certain that Miz and Morrison was one of them, but I couldn't mind for a second, so I put down the Colognes. But I feel like I had that in my head that it was right, but I'm not. I couldn't 100% say it as that, but I put that there as my answers anyway.
Mm-hmm.
David Haughney?
No, I think you're right, Jack. I've also put Carlito and Primo and Miz and Morrison.
Nice.
Ross, you seem to nearly make a mistake with this.
Yes, originally I put Primo and Epico, and then kind of clicked on that it was Primo and Carlito, but it was Primo, Carlito, and Hey, Ho, Ho. The unified tag titles on the pre-show. Miz and Morrison v Primo and Carlito.
That's nice, I like that. It was the Colognes with Carlito and Primo, see, I nearly did it there, defeating Miz and Morrison. And I think they originally started over the Bella Twins. True fact.
What a great year for women's wrestling.
I think this fifth one will be easier if I just read out the order and basically you can mark out what you've got.
Yep.
Can I ask,
the earliest?
Sorry, before you read them out, I've put the dates I thought they happened, but say I put for one June 2000 and it actually took place July 2000, but I've got that marked as second. Do I still get the points? It's just as long as they're in chronological order.
If it happened second out of all of them, then yeah, I can give you. I just want the numbers. I didn't read you the dates. I'll read you the dates. Number one was this. Number two went first. It was the dungeon match, which happened at Fully Loaded 1980 between Ken Shamrock and Owen Hart in the famous Hart Dungeon. Then number 5, the handicap table dumpster match at King of the Ring 2000 between the TX and the Dudleys. Number 4, the Till Death Do Us Part match, Kane versus Matt Hardy for the right to marry Lita at SummerSlam 2004. Number 1, No Way Out 2005 saw Big Show versus JBL. And number 3, the Sledgehammer Ladder match between Kevin Nash and Triple H TLC 2011. So
For completely guessing that, I only got 2 wrong, so I'm quite happy.
I want everybody to mark up what they got out of 5, and then mark up what they got overall for that round, and then we'll get the scores so far.
So I had 3 first and then 2 at the end. Well, there was 2 first and 3 at the end. It was.
What was the total out of 12?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. All right.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 12.
Right. I got all of them except the WWE question, the first pay-per-view on the WWE banner, because I put King of the Ring 2002.
So that's 11 you've got, Russ.
I think so, aye.
I'm the same as Ross. I got 11 too. I only got the first question wrong.
I got 8. 8.
I got 3.
McRobbie? What?
3.
So, Grant
I'll talk to you
McRobbie
more after this.
Grant Graham in second with 8, and tie for first, the reigning champion Ross McLeod and David Haughney. Now, lads, that's as simple as it gets for this quiz. From now on, my goal is to make you hate me in this quiz. And now we're going to round 2, which is called. You can get the graphic. Make your move. You may have seen it.
Did you get that for Jack's Brook? Well,
I was about to say, that's a Dave and Jack and Last Orders.
You may have seen this round before in Sergey's WrestleMania Scramble quiz. I will describe for you a wrestling move, and then you will need to write down what that move is. I only have 5 of them, but some of them are quite difficult, so they're all worth 2 points, so the maximum of 10 points on offer for this round. I'll read out the description, we'll go around, everybody see what they got, and then I'll tell you what the move was, and you can mark down 2 as appropriate. Number 1, the first move of this round is a modified lifting reverse STO. Modified lifting reverse STO.
Do we have to put the person that performed it?
No, just what the move is called.
Okay.
Everybody got something for that? Willing to give answers?
Yes.
Dave, I'll start with you. Who did you think used what move did you think that was I was describing?
I believe it was End of Days by Baron Corbin.
McRobbie, you're nodding. Have you put the same?
Yep, End of Days.
Ross?
I put Burning Hammer.
What the fuck?
No, I thought he felt bad for Grant, but I'll put something Japanese in there.
No. If it was for me, you'd know before the podcast it was Burning Ring.
I put End of Days as well, Scott, for Baron Corbin.
Well, everybody gets up 2 points except for Ross. I bring the darkness. I am the thunder.
I bring the thunder.
Is that also Grant before the show?
Yes, I was going to say.
Exactly.
Number 2. Everybody marked in 2 points if you got that. Number 2 is a sit-out butterfly cradle drop. Sit-out butterfly cradle drop.
See, I don't know. I don't even know like the gimmick name for moves. I just go, that's his finisher.
Oh wait, could be 2 actually.
Well, give me one.
You put 1 down because you can only get a point if you put 1 down.
Is it all WWE people?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Actually, 1 or 2 have been in other promotions, but they still use the move that I'm giving you. So.
Right. So can you use either name? Because I think the one I'm thinking of has got 2 names.
Well, if you put 1 name and that's the one that it's called, then you'll get the 2 points.
Okay.
I've put down the WWE guy.
I need to write down who does it. I'll just tell you who does it.
This is my Kilmarnock at Rugby Park. This is where I lose.
It's the artificial pitches, Ross. That's
No. These
Yeah,
artificial questions.
Then, yeah, where do you put?
so. I think it's Angel Garza's line clipper.
Oh,
Dave, what did you put?
I think Jack might have a shout there. I didn't know. I guessed Dirty D / Paradigm Shift by Dean Ambrose.
I can see why you may think that. Ross?
I didn't put anything. I generally I had Styles Clash in my head, but like
Grant?
literally mine's is blank. I could have cheated there and just went.
I guessed that I didn't. I'm not even the closest. I just went Emerald Fusion.
You need to stop guessing Japanese moves.
I think Jack's got it.
Mr. Jack Graham gets 2 points. It is the wing clipper used by Mr. Angel Garza.
The reason I guess that's because I was trying to think, right, what could Semi at least look like a butterfly? And I thought, well, if he's cradling someone, it kind of looks like a fat butterfly if there's all different limbs up in there and that. So I took a stab.
You have to body shame butterflies here, Jack.
What sort of fucking butterflies are you looking at, son?
Mate, you don't know what's down there, mate.
This might be a bit more self-explanatory. The third one is a split-legged corkscrew moonsault. Split-legged corkscrew moonsault.
Frog Splash.
This one's easier.
Yeah, with a look of disappointment. Not even going to write something down.
Just think the name of Jack Small.
Moving on, David Haughney.
This is John Morrison's Starship Pain.
Ross?
I actually got one right. Starship Pain.
Jack?
I put down John Morrison, but I forgot the name was Starship Pain, so I think that gets me bugger all.
Yes, I wanted the move, not who does it.
Yeah,
So,
that's
Grant? Do I even ask?
No, I couldn't even get it. Couldn't even think it.
Now listen, this ain't no make-believe. This is Starship Pain. Cool-looking move, not very impactful.
I'm sad that I'm sad that I remember who it was, but I couldn't get the name in my head.
Number 4. Again, a slightly simpler move. A somersault cutter. Somersault cutter. So, I think we all know what a cutter is, but
Yeah.
think of it, what is a somersault?
Have we had this one before? It sounds familiar.
Are you insinuating I would take something from somewhere else? Me, I'm totally original.
Because this one sounds very familiar. I'm pretty sure it's been on a past quiz before.
Well, Dave, if you're so certain that this is on a past quiz, why don't you go first with your answer then?
Is it Charlotte Flair's Natural Selection?
Yes. Sorry.
Graham, is that what you put?
Yes.
Grant?
Had none.
God's sake, man. Ross?
I put the Eclipse Ember Moon.
That's more of a
No, that's a
stunner.
wig lover.
That's a stunner.
Yeah.
Selection.
Oh, excuse me.
Grant refused. Sorry, Daniel refused to put down the original name of the move, which was called "Bow Down to the Queen," because he said it seemed too long. But yes, it is Charlotte Flair's natural
But natural selection doesn't sound racist at all.
Oh, I saved the hardest one for last. That's the one I
That's what
give
she
you.
said.
It is. It isn't. It is an elevated double chicken wing into an inverted double underhook facebuster. You can get that up on the screen.
Oh.
What?
It'd be
I could
easier
picture
up
it.
on the screen. There you go.
Elevated into
Elevated double chicken wing into an inverted double underhook facebuster. I remember looking up the description. This might be quite complicated, and then seeing this essay underneath it.
Shit.
Elevated double underhook. Elevated double chicken wing into
Stop
an
the count.
inverted
I think
double
I'll get the
underhook
answer.
Facebuster.
What the hell is that?
Sorry, I'm waiting for the penny to drop with David Haughney.
No, I'm gubbed with that one, I think.
Oh, wait. It's a bit of a shot in the dark, but...
Oh, wait, I've Googled it.
Cheating bastard.
Right, let's see how we get on with this one. Grant McRobbie?
I went with the glorious DDT. Like, I'm thinking like fucking Bobby Roode thing. I'm pretty sure it was like the glorious DDT. I can't actually remember. I did watch WWE for fuck's sake.
Ross?
I went Glam Slam.
Jack?
I was thinking of the Glam Slam, but I couldn't get it out, so I don't have anything down, unfortunately.
David?
I've gone with Christian's Kill Switch.
Well, if you close your eyes, you're like a naked truth revealed.
Yeah.
That is the Untwitter / kill switch.
I was so confident I had that one though.
I wrote down I'm prettier as well.
Stop the count. I've got it wrong.
It doesn't
I
look.
said Kill Switch and I'm prettier, yeah.
The David Kratz are trying to steal this election.
It doesn't seem like that complicated a move, and then I looked it up and seen this fucking long arse description. I'm like, let's see who can get that. This is one to be saved for last. So everybody mark down what you got for that round and tell me what your score was for that round, and I'll add it to your overall score.
I got 6.
I get 2.
I got 8.
Well, take a moment to. Hold on, I'll make this down. Right. Russ, what did you say you got 2?
A full 2.
Jack, you got 6.
Yeah.
David?
8.
8. And Grant McRobbie?
I got 2, so in total I'm sitting like Jack, a solid 5.
Very good. Very good.
A brief moment, so I double check the scores. There's Jack, there's Grant done immediately.
No, the first time.
It's like that old film, Gone in 60 Seconds.
Well, that's very interesting. Grant McRobbie is still last with now 5 points. Ross McLeod has now got 13 points, which puts him in 3rd place.
Democrats.
Jack Graham now has 14 points, putting him in 2nd place. But at the moment, with 19 points, David Haughney.
Sergeant.
Oh, look at him. He looked gangster there. Oh, look at me.
Take your hat off and do that.
That's actually no wonder he's got the baseball cap on indoors. He's a madman. He's part of the young pup Fleeto. He's one of them lot.
Let's see if Dale can maintain this lead in this next round, which I'm very excited about. If we can get the lovely graphic that Daniel has prepared up for this one. What's that pay-per-view?
It's Pikachu!
That said, who's that pair? And I was like, oh God, are we out in folk here?
Who's that nonce?
Jack
David Starr.
Jack getting nervous when a silhouette of him appears. Just cut back to Jack's screen and it's a spinning chair and an open door.
Off to a car park.
I lost control. What the rules are as follows. I've got a few matches for a different pay-per-view. I've got 5 pay-per-views. I'm going to read you out a match. It's going to be a random match from the middle of the card. And I'm going to give you each buzzer phrases to shout out so you can chime in and give a guess to see if you can get which pay-per-view it's from. If you get it on the first match, that's 3 points. But if you make a guess on that one and you get it wrong, then you don't get to guess again until we read the next match.
Arsehole. That's my buzzer, by the way.
Nobody can get it after that match. We go to the opener, which is worth 2 points. If no one can still get it, we go to the main event, which is worth 1 point. And if nobody can still get it, I'll be very disappointed in you all. Don't time you're wasting. And I'm going to give you all buzzer phrases to shout out when you think you know it.
No, I'm saying baby. That's my buzzer.
No, I've designated them for you. Based on the Mash It UK show, Alan Partridge. It's what I based all of your ones on. Ross, please test your buzzer, which is aha.
Aha!
Grant, your buzzer phrase is Dan.
Dan.
Dave, your buzzer phrase is Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
Dave, I do like Alan Partridge.
And Jack, your phrase is back of the net.
Back of the net.
Basically, it's whoever I hear first that will get to guess first. Right.
Can I not pick my
The
own?
first pay-per-view. What?
Can I not pick my own? Jarvis, Craig Lang, leg.
No.
Okay.
On to the first pay-per-view and the first match from that pay-per-view, if we can. The first match is
Jurassic
Rey
Park.
Mysterio versus Dave.
WrestleMania 26.
Incorrect.
Oh.
Aha.
Up again now. Russ.
Extreme Rules 2010.
Also incorrect. Jack and Grant.
Dan.
I know, man.
Oh,
Dan.
Well, I said what? What do you...
SummerSlam 2011.
No.
Can I know
wait.
there's no points in offer? Can I guess it now?
No, Jack's got a guess.
Wait till I read the next match.
I'm going to go WrestleMania 27.
Also wrong. We'll move on to match number 2, the opening match of that pay-per-view, which was Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston.
Punishment 2011.
Damn it.
It was Capital Punishment 2011.
Fucking
2 points.
see, as soon as I read it out, like when I said Extreme Rules 2010, and I seen your face and I went, fuck. The only time they did play a stipulation match was WrestleMania and this, and the fact that Dave got WrestleMania out the way. So was that
The main event, for those wondering, for the 1 point would have been John Cena versus R-Truth. I
Yep.
purposely chose
right,
this
okay.
pay-per-view because Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston and Rey Mysterio v CM Punk could have happened at any time because they fought each other far too often. But that is 2 points to the reigning champ. Now, originally I was going to choose a different match from the middle of this pay-per-view card, but then I saw this was a thing, and so I had to include it. This is a 6-man tag team match which pits Hugh Morris, Sharon Stasiak, Canyon, Big Show. Ross.
Invasion 2001.
Damn it.
3 points to Ross. The one belly gun, Albert, and the Big Show was the team.
I mean, you should set this one out, Grant, to be honest.
Those interested, the next
Aye, this is the virgin round, this.
Aye.
the 2-pointer would have been the 2-pointer would have been Edge and Christian versus Mike Awesome and Lance Storm, and the 1-pointer, the main event, the inaugural brawl. Oh, I didn't think Daniel would put all the guys that were involved, but well done on him. But yeah, I originally was going to put, like, I think we had like Raven versus William Regals on this card. I was going to put that, and then I saw this 6-man tag. Like, I got to put this in. It's got Sean Stasiak and Billy Gunn in it.
my trigger match. It's got Billy Gunn losing to Sean Stasiak, for God's sake.
I mean, Albert is the Intercontinental Champion going into that show. Let that sink in. Number 3, the match from the middle of the card is Gregory Helms versus Jimmy Wang Yang.
Ooh.
What's up with that? The concentration. Take a drink here.
Oh, you're not getting an answer out of me, so that's...
I honestly could not even hazard a guess at that one.
Jurassic Park. I am going to guess Armageddon 2006.
3 points to David. 2006.
Well
I was
done.
getting ready to go and ask Alexa.
On this show. The other 2 matches from the show were Kane versus MVP, an Inferno match, and the main event, which is weirdly King Booker and Finlay versus John Cena and Batista. I had to find a that was the most random match I could find in this card, because this is also the one with that ladder match where Joey Mercury buggered his face royally. So
Well done, Dave. I honestly could not even have hazard a guess there.
You dancing bear.
I don't know if you should be proud of that or not, to be honest, Dave.
To be honest, I did make a reference to Armageddon 2006 on an episode of Central. I think that's kind of where it sort of clicked.
Dave, get that in your Hinge profile.
Number 4 is a WCW pay-per-view. So the first match from WCW, Billy Kidman versus Disco Inferno.
Ooh.
Oh.
Jurassic Park.
Dave?
Starrcade 1999.
No. Does anyone in wrestling have a more punchable face than Disco Inferno?
He's hosting Quiz Showdown right now.
Oh, banter. Anybody? Want me to move on to the next one?
Move on to the next one.
Aye.
Second match is Chris Jericho taking on Raven.
If anything, you've just moved me further away from my answer.
Jurassic Park.
You're out.
Oh, sorry. I thought you could.
No. It's one guess per match.
All right.
Sorry.
No, he's out. He's out. Get him out.
No, you guessed for the Disco Inferno match.
All right.
You got a guess for the Raven one.
Oh, so I can get I still guess.
Yes.
Aye.
All right. Bash at the Beach 2000.
No.
Dan.
No point in that argument at all. You were off.
Starrcade 1998.
What'd you say?
Starrcade 1998.
I don't think I can hear Grant. He's not using his buzzer phrase, you know.
I said Dan.
He did
Dan.
say
Dan.
Well, it's still wrong. Because I think once I read the main event, it'll be a fight to see who gets it first. Want me to move on?
Aye.
Mm-hmm.
The main event was Goldberg versus DDP. Russ.
Halloween Havoc 98.
Yep.
Yay.
Back in the net. Halloween Havoc 1998.
Dan. Halloween Havoc 1998.
Jurassic Park. Halloween Havoc 1998.
I mean, does it really count as the main event considering the pay-per-view cut out? Don't know why I'm saying that. Try to do myself a point now.
I was going to say, and the final pay-per-view, the first match of this pay-per-view is Triple H taking on Kane.
Judgment Day 2001.
No. It's a good answer, but it's not right.
Dan. You did hear me say Dan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you. Go on. I'm waiting.
Go on. Your guess.
I'm going Judgment Day 2002.
No.
Nope.
Bastard.
Nah, smart off.
It's like when you're doing the chase.
Unofficial buzzer. All I heard was Ross shouting.
No, that was the main event. No.
Sandra.
No, I'm clueless. Sorry.
Jack, I believe in you.
No, I don't fucking know. I don't care.
Yeah, sorry, Scott. I'm clueless here.
You got to remember how young Jack is compared to the rest of us.
The next match is Billy Gunn versus.
No, for God's sake.
Mania 15.
It is WrestleMania 15. I should actually say Billy Gunn, but that was my fault. So that is 2. I think it's fair to say that Ross in particular did very well. Let's see how that did to get his lead. Talk amongst yourself for a brief moment while I just talk this up.
You know what? Ross had the advantage because he does retro reviews. That's why you do all those Attitude Era pay-per-views.
I've not done a retro review in fucking ages.
Not one of them has featured on the retro reviews yet.
This was ageist against Jack. He's young. He doesn't see these things.
I was still a young whippersnapper when most of this was still going on. I mean, fair enough, fine, I'm older than Scott, but that's not the point. So I got a big fat 0 in that one.
I think Ross is close.
I'm not even counting Grant or Jack right now. I'm counting Ross and Dave right now.
I think I get 8 in that round.
I got 3.
Ooh, this is interesting. See, Ross, you did get 8. That moves you up to 21 points. David Haughney is on 22 points, so still ahead by 1 point. Grant remains at 14. Grant remains at 5. Jack at 14.
I was pretty serious. What do you mean he's got 14? How did I lose points out of this?
Come back soon, lads. Come back soon.
I can't remember if I allocated 2 points or not for this next round. But I'll just let you know that this round is called, this is the 4th round in the quiz, it's called Stars in Your Eyes.
What you gonna go with stars in your eyes?
Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Stardust.
Actually, this is actually worth 1 point each, and in this round, I'm going to give you a match. What you need to tell me is of what Lord and Savior of professional wrestling, Dave Meltzer, gave this match in stars. I'll give you the point. If you're a half star on either side, you will still get the 1 point. Each question worth 1 point.
Is this a shout out one again? Because I quite enjoyed that last time.
No, you have to write it down.
Remember, lads, if it's in the Tokyo Dome, it's at least a 4.
What's a Tokyo Dome?
The first match did not take place in Tokyo Dome. It took place in the Sky Dome in Toronto. It is The Rock versus Hollywood Hogan at WrestleMania 18.
You get a point within half a star.
Half a star either side, you still get the 1 point.
Okay.
Superstar versus half a star.
Do you want to go through them all and then come back to it, or do I go through them as we go? What do you guys think?
Just do all of them and we'll go back around.
Thanks for that, Dave. Speaking as the group's chairman there.
Yeah.
Well, I just thought I'd snap it out to the group, you know.
No, fire away. I could not give a fuck out that way. I'm going to be honest, Scott.
Second match, we're sticking with Hollywood Hogan. It's considered one of the biggest matches in WCW history. Hogan versus Sting, Starrcade in '97. This is famously the match with the botched fast count.
See, he's got quite. I think Dave Meltzer only really got into New Japan at about 2011, and that's when he started to become a bit more harsh. Whereas here, like, there's so much fuck ups. I don't know if he would have went 1 star or went 4 star. Like,
I think he's always been into like Japanese wrestling, though. He's all into like All Japan Women's back in the 90s and that.
Ross, I'll give you a hint though. Meltzer's rating goes into minus as well.
I know it does that as well.
It's something you should all remember for this.
I was saving that for a certain TNA one if it gets brought up.
I don't know if the one you're thinking of is going to get brought up, but you can tell me afterwards if what one you're thinking of. Now, this before they were in the greatest wrestling match ever. This is when they were still young whippersnappers. It's Randy Orton versus Edge for the Intercontinental Championship at Vengeance 2004. I actually should say that Randy was the champion going into that, but he lost it to Edge, so he could be freed up to become the youngest World Heavyweight Champion in history, against he who must not be named.
John Cena?
No, you're thinking of he who must not be seen, or cannot be seen.
Is that what your mum said to you when you were younger?
Oh. Moving on. Yes,
Can I just point out something embarrassing about Scott when he was younger? Know how in Friends where they put a pink bow on Emma so people stop thinking she's a boy? We used to put a blue hat on Scott so people would stop thinking he was a girl.
Brilliant.
Moving
also, he's adopted.
Not a grower or a shower, Scott?
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Match number 4. Backlash 2005. Kane versus Viscera. Match that will likely be replayed during Viscera's inevitable Hall of Fame package.
Oh, I can't wait
Is
for that.
is this the Dave Meltzer rating or is this the Kernahan rating we're going with for this year?
Oh, the Kernahan rating can't even be measured for a match like this, you know. So this is definitely the Meltzer rating.
The irresistible force meets the immovable object.
So it's Ross vs McLucas.
I am just guessing all these, by the way. Like, I really haven't got to be.
Now, match number 5. The Extreme Elimination Chambert. December to Dismember 2006. Hardcore Holly took his rightful spot in the main event.
Hardcore Holly. Fuck me. What a charisma vacuum.
It's like a Dyson, they never stopped sucking.
That's a good one. And the final match, a true classic. Patterson and Briscoe, hardcore evening gear match, King of the Ring 2000.
I think I'm being generous with some of these, by the way.
Has there been 6, Scott?
Yeah, there are 6.
Right, just make sure.
Need any of them read? Anybody need any of them read out again before we go back to the start?
You just read them quickly, just bang, bang, bang.
Okay. Rock Hogan Mania 18, Hogan Sting Starcade 97, Randy Edge Vengeance 2004, Kane vs. Backlash 05, Extreme Elimination Junior December to Dismember, Patterson Briscoe King of the Ring 2000. But don't let this opportunity slip past you like that double decker going by Ross's window.
Yes, I'm in my conservatory. By the way, the noise is amplified in here, so there's people probably across the road getting their Chinese that heard me just going, aha!
We'll go around everybody. We'll start with you. What do you think Meltzer gave The Rock versus Hulk Hogan at Mania 18?
Was it 3.5?
See in a minute. Jack?
Up at 4. I'm probably overzealous with it.
Grant?
3.
Dave?
I was generous. I said 4.25.
Do you mean generous?
Well,
a fucking great match.
That's what she said.
Ross and Grant. One of you got it within a half star, and one of you got a fine one. 3 stars, that's a point to you. That's 1 point.
Aye.
So did I get half? Did I get a point because I was on half a
You got a
star?
point because you were a half star either side. So you said 3.5.
Oh, thank Christ.
So you got
No, because I had 3 and then I changed my mind and put 3.5. For a man
Ross,
who...
Jack and Dave get nothing.
See, Ross, you're an expert. That half makes a difference, eh?
Exactly, that half an inch. What? Nothing.
Moving on.
I'm glad we're in a new house that's got good central heating.
Yeah. What did you think Meltzer gave Hogan Sting Starcade 97?
Up at 3.
Grant?
2.
Dave?
2.5.
Ross?
As always, that half makes a bit of difference. 2.5.
None of you get a point. He gave it 3/4
wow.
of a star.
Oh,
That's much Meltzer disliked that botch finish.
oh dear.
In fairness, like I was critical of him over the Rock Hogan one, but you cannot argue with a man on Sting versus Hogan. It was awful.
Number 3. Edge versus Randy Orton. We'll come to Edge's number 1 fan, Jack Graham, over there. What do you think?
Up at
Meltzer gave?
3.5.
3.5. Grant?
I went 4.
Dave?
3.75.
Russ?
I think I went generous. I think I put 4.
Meltzer gave it 4.25 stars.
Yes, within half.
So if you get a half star either side, then you get 1 point.
You two watch out. Come back soon, lads.
Only just as well, just within a half.
Title of your sex tape.
For fuck's sake.
Dave, we'll stick with you. Kane versus Viscera.
I went with 2.
Ross?
I think you give it 1 star. It pains me to say.
Jack?
I also went 2.
Grant?
I went -2.
A point to Ross, who put 1 because he gave it half a star. Or Gary Sheridan, 10 stars.
Oh,
Grant McRobbie, we'll come to you for this one. The Extreme Elimination Schomberg.
I gave it 2.
You said 2. Jack.
2.5.
Dave?
Half.
Just half a star.
Just half a star, yeah.
half.
I was going to say, I was bloody loud. Jesus.
Huh?
Huh?
I went 2 stars.
Well, I think 3 or 4 get points there because he gave it 2.5 stars.
Yes.
Exact. Hang on.
Get in.
I think because it started out with likes of RVD and Punk, and then when they got eliminated, it was all downhill. So,
See, I have
benefit of the
watched.
doubt. Benefit of the
Is
doubt,
it like a
give him
Tinder
for
date with Jack? Starts out strong, ends weekly.
No, that's me. I put a speciality apparently. I remember loving this in 2006, like when I watched it originally, and then like for years people criticised it. And I went back and watched the start of it. Like, this is really, really good. What are people slating this for? And then you get into the end of the match, and it's like, this is pish.
And we come to the final match. Patterson and Briscoe. Hardcore evening gear match. Ross, you've seen this pay-per-view multiple times. What do you think?
-5 stars.
Grant?
-4 stars.
Jack?
I went -4.5.
Dave?
I think I was the most generous here. -2.
Neither of you were even in with the half star, so now you get it. He gave it -3.
Son of a bitch.
Damn it, so close.
I didn't think he had like an actual minus. Like, I thought it was just like, you know, like 1 to 5 or 7 when Kenny Omega fights. DNR for did not rate, and then -5 stars. I didn't realise he'd go minus.
Nah.
Fucking hell, Meltzer.
One of the Halloween Havocs is like rife with them.
I think those 2 minus stars were not given because of Crash Holly saving us all at the end.
No.
I think we can all safely agree that Dave Meltzer's an absolute pie, and what stupid round that was. God.
He's good for a good laugh on a quiz. So everybody mark up your scores and let me know what you got for that round.
All right, I got 1. I also got 1.
You got 1.
Yep.
I couldn't quite get a 5-star rating if this quiz took place in the Tokyo Dome. I probably would have, but I got 4.
I got 3.
And Robbie?
3.
3. Okay then.
Whose car was that?
That is some boy racer driving by my house. The car park in the sky is about 2 miles from my house, so like at 11 o'clock every night, you can just hear all the courses just.
I bet you hear plenty of noises during the night from up there.
Not exactly. It's just me. Generally, see out here, it is the most peaceful. Like everything shuts at 10 o'clock. See if I take the bins out at night, I honestly look out. There's not a light on. I feel if I open my bin too loudly, I might wake up 9 households.
There could be a fatal accident.
So, Grant McRobbie had bumped up a whole 3 places to 8 points, still in last place. Jack Graham is now on 15 points, still in third. David Haughney is now in second with 23 points, and going into the last round, the champion is in first with 25. And lads, I think this round, more than any, is the one I'm most proud of, because this really tests you, as we are about to play a round that is called. You can get the graphic up. The Mastermind and Ruler of the World.
Oh boy.
Basically, if you've ever seen Mastermind, it's basically that, but for wrestling. It will follow the same rules as Mastermind. You'll have 1 minute on a special subject that you've all given me in advance, and I'll ask you as many questions as I can in 1 minute, and we'll table out how many questions you got right in that minute, and we'll see who can storm our way. This could be where someone like a Grant McRobbie gets a major comeback in the last.
I usually have trouble lasting a minute, so if I pass out a bit before just kind of let me fall asleep and I'll wake up in my own time, okay?
But Daniel Campbell, our producer, has come back to help me. Daniel, I think the people need a demonstration of what the Mastermind format is like. Don't you agree?
Chicken tikka.
And so to our first contender. Good evening.
Yes.
And your name is?
Good evening.
And your special subject is answering the question before last. Is that correct?
Daniel Campbell.
Oh, right, okay.
First question. What is paleontology?
Yes.
What is the title of Vincent Mann's DVD?
Study of old fossils.
Who won the 2019 Men's Royal Rumble?
McMahon.
who's commonly known as Mr. Ass?
Becky Lynch.
If nobody's seen that famous Tironi sketch, they're going to be very confused right about now.
That is one of my favourite comedy sketches of all time. Absolutely love it.
I just sent him a voice note when I was at work, just like, Scott, we gotta do this.
I wasn't counting on you laughing so much at the end of it.
Yeah, I was trying to hold it because I was just waiting. Like, there was a couple of questions. I was just like, shit, okay, right, wing it, yeah.
So, Daniel, are you able to kind of mark down one for like every time they get one right, so we can keep track of the scores here?
I will have a Word document here at the ready.
Can we?
Well, I was going to pass, I'll be too focused on asking the questions here, so I don't want there to be any controversy whatsoever. Right. I think we're going to go. I think to keep some extra tension for those who come after him, I think we go from first place into last. So
fuck off. Oh, right, here we go. Come on, let's completely embarrass myself here, boys. Nothing unusual.
Alright, Ross, your special subject is The Rock. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right, Daniel, let me know when the minute time limit starts, and then also I should mention that as with Mastermind, there's the typical I started so I finished. So if Daniel tells me that time is up as I'm midway through answering your question, again I will continue that question because I started, and if you get that question right, you still get the point, even though the minute time limit has expired. So Daniel, when you're ready, start the clock and let me know when we started.
Also, just to let you know, if I think there's shenanigans going on, I'm setting the cat on you. So, your minute to begin your questions starts now.
The Rock worked dark matches under what name?
Flex Cavana.
Correct. Who did The Rock last eliminate at Survivor Series 96 to become the sole survivor?
Goldust.
Correct. Who saved The Rock from a beatdown at WrestleMania 13?
His dad, Rocky Johnson.
Correct. Who was the Sultan's managers going into that match?
Iron Sheik. Pass. I don't.
Whose place did The Rock take in the Nation of Domination?
Farouk.
Incorrect. It was Ahmed Johnson.
All right.
Who interfered in The Rock's Undisputed Championship match against Chris Jericho at the Rumble 2002?
Booker T.
It was Christian and Lance Storm. At what event did The Rock first use the phrase, "If you smell what I'm cooking"?
WrestleMania 14.
Correct. What gift did The Rock give the rest of the Nation members when he gave Farouk a framed photo of himself?
Watches.
Time.
Oh, that was a fast minute.
That's what she said.
Your sex tape.
Sorry, I'm just. Oh, she's fucking moving.
Sorry, Ross, you passed because I needed two. I was looking for two names. You gave me one, which is Iron Sheet. The second manager was Bob Backlund, was this managing the Sultan.
All right. Sorry, Haley is just at
And
my
he also cloud Bob Backlund.
Haley's currently at my door with Ellie dressed as Scooby Doo. So like, if you see my hand moving, it's my hand moving to like issue her to fuck off. Like literally the 1 minute I have to concentrate, and she's like, "Hey, look, Scooby Doo."
Daniel, did you mind to keep a track of Ross's scores there?
I did. Just he also got when I shouted time, he did state the correct answer to the last question. So Ross, you got 6 points.
Not too bad.
You said pass. Or I said like who's placing. Yeah, he did take over for his leader, but when he came in, he was replacing Ahmed Johnson, who joined and then got injured, as he was one to do.
Right. So there was 8 questions, and I get 6 right.
Right. So that's 6. I'll mark again the final scores.
See, it's easy to do when the timer's not on.
I know, that's what I'm counting on. The pressure. You know, I've got some easy ones, some hard ones. That's fine. So, since he's in second place, David Haughney, we will go to you next. And your special subject is money in the bank. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely correct.
Daniel, let me know of the time.
Okay, David, your time begins now.
Who had to be taken out midway through the Mania 22 ladder match?
Ric Flair.
Correct. Who did RVD successfully defend the contract against at Backlash 06?
Shelton Benjamin.
What else was on the line in that match?
The Intercontinental Championship.
Correct. Who has been cast in on the most times?
John Cena.
Correct. Who was the first man to cash in and also be cashed in on?
Brock Lesnar.
Incorrect. It was Edge. How many people in total have been cashed in on and cashed in a briefcase?
4?
Got a number. 8. Who prevented MVP from winning the Mania 24 ladder match?
Matt Hardy.
Correct. Why did Damon Sandow have to get a customized leather briefcase after winning the 2013 Money in the Bank
Because
match?
Cody threw it into the water.
He did. How many times has it been a failed cash in?
3.
4. How quickly did
Time.
Braun Strowman retain his briefcase? I started so I'll finish. How quickly did Braun Strowman retain his briefcase over Kevin Owens at SummerSlam 2018?
A minute 30.
Close. It was a minute 50.
Leeway on that one?
Get to fuck.
Give him a half-minute leeway. Ross doesn't get that.
Exactly.
Okay.
If I need to look at the Haley
I do-
disappointed eyes, you need to feel disappointment too.
I do admit that the one about cashed in on and to again, how many men in total have been cashed in on the cash in, but it was a fun fact I figured out when I was 8 and I felt I had to include it.
See that one, David? Scott asked me that one, like he ran that question by me, and fuck me, it took me about 20 minutes to get them all. Like every time he's like, "I'll just tell you," and I'm like, "Shut up, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it."
Did you have any more?
We'll
Did
be
you have any more for me?
Yeah, but like I think later on I'll be making dinner and I'll just shout out the last name. That one.
Did you have any more for me, or was that all of them?
I did have more. I put down more than I needed in case you fired through them particularly quickly.
Yeah, give them to me just while we're here.
No.
Here's one. How many wrestlers have been successful in a cash-in after they announced it ahead of time?
2.
1. Because 3 people have announced it ahead of time. The only one that was successful was RVD. The other 2 were Braun and Cena. Yeah,
You feel well embarrassed now, Dave, asking you to get more questions after.
All right, just not there. I was doing all right.
4 failed cash-ins I mentioned were Cena, Baron Corbin, Sandow, and Strowman, because obviously his match ended in a no contest, so a failed cash-in is dictated as you didn't win the title, and because it ended in no contest, you didn't win it. So how many did Dave get there, Daniel? Including the one... Well, actually, you got that one wrong when I said I started to finish. Yep.
Sorry. David Haughney got 7.
Ooh.
Interesting. Now we go on to Jack Graham. Jack, can you tell the people yourself when I asked you for a special subject in the world of wrestling, what did you tell them?
I at first asked if I could do one in Robbie Williams, and it wasn't allowed. So I knew at this point, also, it's known that my favourite wrestler is Edge, and I thought, right, well, I don't want to embarrass myself here. So my specialist subject for this round is Santino Marella.
Yeah, do you know how confident I was you were going to say Edge as your specialist subject? I wrote about 10 or 12 Edge questions down in my quiz, and then you told me Santino, and I had to look up Santino because I don't think I'd given Santino nearly as much thought as I did before I had to put this together.
Thank you.
So thank you for
Edge
that.
quiz coming to Quiz Showdown soon, because Scott didn't write those questions for nothing.
We're pretty sure I've forgotten them now, they're gone. So Daniel, if you want to get the minute up one more time, and we're going to go
Minute is
Jack Gray.
okay. Jack, your minute begins now.
Who helped Santino win his first Intercontinental Championship?
Bobby Lashley.
Correct. How many weeks did Santino get into his honking meter?
6.
12. At what pay-per-view did he actually face the honky tonk man?
I don't know. Hell in a Cell.
What?
Hell in a Cell, I don't know.
No, it was Cyber Sunday 2008. Who ended his second IC title reign?
Dolph Ziggler.
William Regal. Name all three of Santino's on-screen love interests.
Beth Phoenix. Oh, fuck. I would have said pass.
Who eliminated Santino in record time in the 2009 Rumble?
Kane.
Correct. Who did he and Kozlov win the tag team championships
Time.
from? I started off there, so you can still answer that.
Okay. Pass. I don't know.
That was it was Slater and Gabriel. The three on-screen love interests. I forgot about the third one. It was Maria Kanellis, Beth Phoenix, and Tamina. Which, when I told Daniel that was the quiz, he just laughed very loud.
I do remember Tamina, to be fair, but for some reason my head went straight to like Nikki and Brie Bella, because maybe we used to do the backstage segments, and they were like, he was always sitting having a drink with the two of them. But I knew it wasn't that, so I had to pass. That was hey-ho.
I want to hear how much you got.
I got 2.
You got 2.
I'll take it. That's fine.
You look
It's
like a
fine.
wee teen kid there, Jack.
I just need that.
Do favourite pun for Duty.
Hashtag RAR.
Raw. Find me outside of the 4 corners of McDonald's for some
People profile picture.
Get your Jeff Hardy armbands off.
Does anyone want to hazard a guess as what Grant said for his special subject?
WWE.
The life and times of Vladimir Kozlov.
Vince
Obviously,
McMahon.
Life and Times of Stephen Wilson.
so Grant asked for New Japan, and obviously he knew that it's a very vast subject, so we're going is New Japan Pro Wrestling from 2017 onwards, so it's a more modern New Japan. Is that correct, Grant?
Right, and even then, it's still a fucking lot to remember. So this is going to be like probably like the dodgy one, like Jack's.
See, you're one of the people I was counting on the pressure of the timer to get you with some of these questions, because some of them in my head seem too easy for you. But we'll see how it goes. So here we go for the last time. The minute on the clock. Daniel?
Grant, your minute begins now.
How did Yano and Ishii get added to the Wrestle Kingdom 11 tag title match?
Yano stole the belts.
Correct. Who joined Suzuki-gun at the 2017 anniversary show?
Taichi.
It was Zack Sabre Jr. What feat did Roppongi 3K accomplish when they won the 2017 Super J Tag League?
The consecutive back-to-back wins.
Incorrect. They were the first champions to win the tournament. Who did they win the junior tag titles from when they returned from excursion?
Apollo 55.
Incorrect. It was Taguchi and Ricochet. Who was the first IWGP US champion?
Kenny Omega.
Correct. Who did he defeat in the tournament final?
Tomohiro Ishii.
Correct. What else was put on the line in Goto and Suzuki's Never title match at Wrestle Kingdom 12?
Hair.
Correct. Who did Evil and Sanada win their first heavyweight tag titles from?
G.O.D.
Incorrect. It was Killer Elite Squad.
Daniel shouted time there, by
I
the
think
way.
he's been muted, yeah.
Well, he still got it wrong, so.
Alright, time.
Well,
let's see. Grant, you
Grant,
got 4.
I should remind you, our loyal listeners of East Meets West are watching this, man.
All 3 of them, and they're very disappointed.
God, so I forgot about. Honestly, I was like, Taiji. I've almost forgot. I can't believe I forgot Zack Sabre Jr. I'm really annoyed at myself with that. Ian. Of course, I couldn't be Apollo 55. 2017, Grant. It was already fucking. Devitt was already in WWE by then.
I was one half of Apollo 55 was Finn Balor.
Aye.
Even if he said Taguchi Japan, I would have taken it.
I don't get the reference.
Everybody else just smiling politely at those.
I'm just nod and wave. Yeah, anime.
Very good, very good. Tokyo Dome and such.
Love a bit of Oshikuru. Oh, Oshikuru.
Ross is probably going to get himself some Ichiban after this. Lipstick for men.
What do you mean going to get himself as if I don't have a drawer of it upstairs?
Daniel, what did Grant get?
Grant got 4.
Alright. If you want to briefly talk amongst yourselves, I will count up the score.
Do you understand why I went for Santino Morella instead for Edge after that abysmal performance?
Oh, aye.
No.
Aye. I get you, pal.
It's all just fun and games, isn't it?
Aye,
It's all fun and games, aye.
I enjoyed that. It was like really sort of puts you under pressure, but it's still a big point scorer round.
That's for sure.
The fact that I broke double digits for a promotion that I didn't really watch makes me feel happy enough.
You did not break into double digits until you got New Japan, so I wouldn't be so proud.
In fairness, I would have shouted Young Bucks for every New Japan answer. Just kind of shot in the dark.
I mean, that 2017 period onwards, you wouldn't have been wrong for if it was junior tag titles all the time.
Just yell Bullet Club. Them with the shirts.
Sorry, I had to double check the scores because it was very, very close. In the final
I can't believe how close I was to the top.
Well, it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
Just so you know, guys, can we do this quickly? I've got dominoes coming. Come on.
Right, let's read out
greedy
the
cunt.
scores. In last place, it is Grant McRobbie. We will be having words on our next East Meets West. 12 points he got. With 17 points, Jack Graham. And there was much for Joyce.
I think you should give him Robbie Williams next time.
Yeah.
So,
I think it'd be much more enjoyable if I got Robbie Williams.
I was going to ask for Pornhub, but I wasn't getting that.
So, guys, second place and first place. 1 point separates them. Second place got 30, and first place got 31. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, and still your Quiz Showdown champion of the world, Ross McLeod.
Aye, well done.
Thank you very much. Yes, I thought that that move round absolutely gubbed me, and then thankfully we're okay. We're okay. I think I get saved by the aha.
No, Meltzer messed me up big time. Like that star round was the nail in the coffin for me.
Meltzer
It's my
messes a lot of
motherfucking
things up.
star round.
I had alcohol, that's my blame.
Sure.
Okay, sure.
I'm just not smart.
Well, love him, he's thick. Please, love him.
I will say this though, Ross. You know we're still in the midst of the Book It tournament right now,
Yes.
and we're in separate quarterfinal matches. And just so you know, when I beat Ryan Gallagher and move on to the semi-finals, I hope that you beat Jack, so that way I can face you one-on-one and get my redemption for this.
Such disrespect to our co-host Jack Graham.
So
Dave,
look,
what you doing?
I was going to say, I think that me and you, Scott, need to have a separate conversation with this call after that slander now. I back the Saturday Draft Live boys to the day I die, but clearly Dave's just in it for himself, much as his draft performances. So yes, it will be discussed, Dave, don't worry.
Actually, you know what?
I
Actually, no. Let me correct myself. I actually hope Jack beats you first, Ross.
Oh no! You can't come crawling back now after that.
All over his own feet.
Crawler.
But lads, last week my book it against track went up. You're watching this on the day it goes up on day of Survivor Series, and this coming Friday will be David versus Ryan in a first round match. Picking together an NXT related card, I believe, and it should be a hell of a matchup. And Ross, we do have a date where you will be back to do the next Quiz Showdown, where the esteemed Daniel Campbell will be hosting. Is that not right, Daniel?
That is very, very right, because Ross is actually pissed off early. Wow. So he's evidently realised, oh crap, I need to go get my Dominoes. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back next month on December the 21st for a very special Quiz Showdown. It's the season. We're going to celebrate it. So we're going to present Quiz Showdown 6. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
And a Happy New Year.
Nice.
And yes, like that is going to happen every time I mention the title. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
And a Happy New Year.
I've been on like every Quiz Showdown so far, so I don't know. I may return as a competitor to try and knock Ross off his pedestal and reclaim the Quiz Showdown Championship. We'll see what happens. But Daniel, looking back at this quiz, and you helped me put together like for the purpose of the question, how do you think you would have gotten on if you were a contestant in this quiz?
Well, I can tell you from how I did when we ran through it together, I did pretty pish. So I would say probably... I'd say probably if I was in here, I'm probably looking somewhere around maybe like 3rd or 4th place.
You could have not made... could you have made Grant or Jack look any better? Who knows?
I mean, we don't know that. I mean, that's a lot of work involved with that.
You could have jobbed us.
Ladies and
You
gentlemen,
could have jobbed for us.
I could have jobbed for us, but guess what, guys? The champ is here again.
Sorry, my entire street just had an absolute blackout.
It's the
We thought you were just being a greedy bastard for your Dominoes.
No, it's generally not. No, but like I thought Haley had turned the lights out, like being a wind up, because like as you open the door, the light switch is right there. So I thought she had reached in and turned it off, and then I looked outside, and literally the street is in dire darkness. Like street lights, the shop across the road, everything just went.
It's stinging.
Darkness is spreading.
Could be that. But yes, I think the quiz that we just saw there was very, very interesting and very well put together. So, guys, we do need to give a quick applause right now to the host of today's episode. Guys, give up for Scott.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Fantastic job, man. And
if I can't win a quiz, I'll at least put people through hell before they win it.
and
I'm pretty sure that's why Alan still wants to do a quiz.
More to come on Alan's quiz on Quiz Showdown in 2021. But anyway, we are moving on to Quiz Showdown 6 next month. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
And a Happy New Year.
Yes, Ross, that will happen every time I do that gag.
Oh, Jesus.
It's going to be a very interesting one. We will look at wrestling at Christmas time. We might even have a little Christmas special flavour on a particular round. If you want to know more about that, you're just going to have to come back and join us on that one. So, guys, with that being said, it's thank you to everyone that we have here on the show. Thank you to David Haughney.
Thanking you.
Thank you to Jack Graham.
Alright, cheers.
A very special thank you to Grant McRobbie.
Thank you for having me.
And, ladies and gentlemen, for some people, it's celebration. For the rest of humanity, it's commiseration. You're reigning, defending. Why am I even freaking bothering with this? It's your reigning, defending.
Give me your tears, Daniel.
It is Ross McLeod.
You've put this together, and now I'm the champion. This is how Vince McMahon felt when Austin was champion.
Except I'm not going to be old and going crazy.
I must say to our runners-up, to Jack and Dave, lads, you tried your best. You failed miserably. The lesson here, never try.
And again, guys, a very special thank you to the host of Quiz Showdown 5, Scott McLeod.
No, Daniel. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Easy. Perfect. Ross will be back. Ross is having an interesting discussion there.
Ross, do not put the peanut butter in your buzz. The camera's still on.
Sorry, the door went for the pizza. I'm going to go, guys, okay? I'll catch you later.
Of course, Ross, catch you later.
Right.
And hopefully we'll see Ross next month on Quiz Showdown 6. And we will see, hopefully, some of you guys back as well. Guys, until then, enjoy your night. Enjoy this show. Catch you all later. Bye!
Bye.